Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Jayataha. All glories to Shri Guru and to Shri Gauranga. Jai Srila Gurudev ki Jai, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakha Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. And Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So happy to be with an exalted gathering of Vaishnavas here and appreciating your company. And as butterfly, whose is the butterfly? Priya Sundari and Dayamnitai Prabhu in Buenos Aires, Argentina. Probably with a heart, a butterfly with a heart. Just okay, beautiful. What we can say with the icons, all is good, very good. So happily with hearts, and the butterfly is a very good example for us to see the changing of bodies in this lifetime. Well, in a butterfly's lifetime, from an egg to caterpillar, caterpillar to chrysalis, chrysalis to butterfly. In front of our eyes, completely different creatures, you can say. Who can think that a caterpillar can be a butterfly? But there we are. Who could think that a human being could then become one of 8,400,000 species of life? All right, so dear devotees, I think that we should take the opportunity first to come to Kumkum Didi, because I think last time then we got carried away with some topic or other and forgot that we were in such association, or appreciated, but the time ran away from us. So it's back to basics. And I know that you've got something for us. Back to basics. I can just say a word or two from my side after being with devotees in different places recently. And of course, always by the grace of the Lord, we're getting association and communication with devotees around the world. I can say something in our back to basics theme, that just to keep on going, this is really the basis of our spiritual life in one sense. That not to think that because we haven't suddenly got ecstatic symptoms and that we're expecting ecstatic symptoms within 2 weeks or 1 month or something like this, that we shouldn't stop our journey, our step by step going forward. And in Nepal, they do have T-shirts, which say, what was one of the T-shirts saying? Bat, they call them, as they say, Dal Bat power, 24 hours. 24 Dal Bat, 24-hour power. Things like this, because when you're in the mountains, all you get is Dal Bat, which is wonderful. Rice, dal, and sabji, basically. They give you power for 24 hours. But there was one T-shirt which said, I came to go trekking, and all I did was walk and walk and walk, or I came to see the mountain, something like this, but it was something like, all I did was step by step by step by step. And we just have to keep walking and walking to go towards the goal. So, and look to the outside world. We may think we have nothing, but we do have something. We've got a great goal and we've got a wonderful practice. And what we do is so much better than what everyone's doing in a mundane way in this world. So I just start with that, because really when we see devotees having a little trouble, very often it's because they're not keeping up some spiritual practice. It's great to sign up, but when we're signed up, we really should try to keep up our momentum. And of course, you all know that. That's why you're here, to help with each other to help each other on that continuing. So these are a few words to start from me, but I do wish to give some time, not only time, we do wish to hear from Kum Diri. What treasures do you have?
Maharaj, my treasures are that I get your association, all of these Vaishnavas here. It's so helpful. And what you're saying is so completely true. And also, when we do need some encouragement, we see that that comes so quickly. It's just stunning. So rather than having to go deeper and deeper into darkness just by following our line, our teachers and our gurus, they've given us such a sweet path, and not only the practices, but the trying to really worship the books which we read and try to see that connection that what our gurus are actually giving us extremely rare. It's so unbelievable. First, I wanted to say something. I had to miss a couple of times, and I was looking for something when it was going to be a Kadashi here, and I know there's so much beautiful talks by Srila Gurudev about Akadashi, but then I just kept searching and see if I can paste a photo, into the chat. Can everyone see this photo? This was from a write-up of Vrinda Devi. It looks kind of small, but she was telling about a visit when Srila Gurudev went to Thailand. On Friday, 24th of August, Ekadashi Titi, Srila Gurudev gave his first initiation in Thailand to Krishna Priya Devi Dasi, who has done so much service and has extended all her kindness to his divine grace and the devotees. Along with Sripad Paramananda Prabhu, they are now the pillars of our mission in Bangkok. Again and again, Srila Gurudev has mentioned how pious this country is. Everywhere people offer pranams, and they are very respectful towards the monks and religious persons. But truly, beauty and piousness are in his vision. He is mercy personified, so wherever he goes, he sees good qualities in everybody. And now he has mercifully established his Srila Guru Maharaj mission in Thailand. And by placing his beautiful lotus feet here, he has made this ashram a place of pilgrimage. Did everyone get to, let me see, how do I go back now?
Well, yes, I mean, I can say, yes, I received it, and it's wonderful. When we click on it, if we have a computer, on a phone, it should be too. Then then you can see also more clearly, we can make it larger. And it's a beautiful picture, and very good reading. What you read is the text which is accompanying that picture.
Yes. Now there, I think I'm trying to see how to close the chat, because last time I missed actually because I don't know how to calculate time change very well. But I had been fortunate to see the recordings of the incredible festivals there in Italy, and Devashish Prabhu was there with you, Maharaj, and to see Krishna Kantadidi and Manindra Mohan and Madhurananda offering the artik and seeing all the devotees. It was so much like being there. So this is something to actually watch again and again, especially for those of us who are not close enough to a temple to attend an artik. We can attend this one. And I appreciate this talk of that Srila Gurudev gave in 1986. It's recorded now in Gaudiya Darshan. And Srila Gurudev was speaking about when their lordships in Navadvip, Shri Shri Gandharva Govinda Sundar, manifested there, that Srila Guru Maharaj composed this verse, which perhaps everyone already knows. Chiddama seva maya drishti yoge seva vibhavaischa sada samridam Srinama rupaischa gunair vilasaya bhakte chidananda ganam tenoti. The Lord's name, the Lord's form, the Lord's qualities, and the Lord's pastimes are all transcendental, and transcendental existence can manifest itself at any time in any direction. We know that the Lord's name is the transcendental vibration form of the Lord, and this form of the Lord manifests in the clean heart of a devotee and then dances on their tongue. And then Srila Gurudev goes on to speak about the deity specifically. Similarly, the Lord's name, form, qualities, and pastimes all very mercifully appear in the form of the deity. Everything that exists in the pastimes of Krishna is present with the deity. And when the deity manifests himself, he gives his devotees Chirananda Ganam, eternal, concentrated, transcendental ecstasy. This is the description given by Srila Guru Maharaj in his Sanskrit composition. Why does the deity manifest? To give the most concentrated form of transcendental ecstasy to the devotees. The Lord's pastimes are revealed to the devotees in the form of deity. In this way, Krishna gives the gift of himself to this mundane world. This is the vision of the Gaudiya Sampradaya. Sripad Madhavendra Puri saw the forms of Gopal and Gopinath with this vision, and wherever he went, Sriman Mahaprabhu always saw with this vision and showed it others, that the Lord manifests himself in the form of the deity to give joy to the hearts of the devotees, means that the deity comes to take our service, and that service is what gives us joy. In other words, through our service to the deity, we will feel joy that is transcendental. All joy of this type is Nitya Lila. It is part of the Lord's eternal pastimes. Certainly explains why we are happy to see such festivals and those devotees who are very dedicated to service like this. It's no wonder how very happy they are. It's explained.
Which edition of Gaudiya Darshan was that?
Shall I put the link?
Oh, yes, that would be super, yes.
And when you say which edition, the new one, GaudiyaDarshan.com.
Oh, online. Okay, I was thinking the Gaudiya Darshan magazine, and there's me kind of looking through the magazines in my mind, thinking which edition. Yes, please do put the link there. That's a wonderful refresher, and like so many things we have read before, but to bring these into the spotlight of our mind, and really that's a very beautiful description about, well, of course it's a beautiful description, but I mean it's a very timely and clear description for us about the deities. Us means everybody. Mm-hmm. And when we stand before the deities, like Guru Maharaj says, when Mahaprabhu stands before Jagannath, what is he seeing? And then Guru Maharaj says, and we see an awkward figure, with where are the arms and legs, where this, that, and the other. But Mahaprabhu, he doesn't see what we see. He sees something quite different. And this article is helping us to see that. The inside.
Yes. Something that we know, but don't know that we know. Our gurus are explaining to us, so we see more clearly what it is that we know deep in our heart.
That's beautiful, Dee. Many thanks for that. And dear devotees, certainly worthwhile making a copy, keeping a copy of that link and rereading this later. Hare Krishna. Jai. And?
And now I think I understand what time. 7:30 a.m. Navadvip time always, right?
Oh, yes. So this is a reminder to everybody. Yes, because it up until last year, we followed Californian time, and Kumkum's in California, so it was very easy for Kumkum. but very tricky for the rest of the world, because America likes to do things a little differently than the rest of the world. So yeah, America changes its clocks going forward on a different date. And so actually the clocks went forward on the 10th of March. And in Europe, they go forward this year on the 31st of March, because the Sunday is the last day. So they're 21 days different. But that doesn't affect anybody who's not in Europe, because now that it's a steady time and we base it on Navadip time. And why Navadip? Because Srila Guru Maharaj wanted us, Gurudev wanted us to concentrate, to have a focus in this world. And that focus is Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat. And of course, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat of Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And as everywhere, the spiritual substance of the mat, as in when we go on pilgrimage, we always have to remind everyone, including ourselves, the Dham is not what we see on the cover, but it is something. The cover is something, and within that is that special place. So Navadip Dham, our temple, if we're so bold to say, Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev's temple in Navadip Dham, it is Chintamani. Not only Chintamani, it's like the volcano of Mahaprabhu's divine love being distributed around the world from Koladeep, the most merciful place, and by our most merciful masters, Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. So this, having the time based in Navadip, is helping us to remember, yes, it's Navadip time. And there are more confusing times in the world. Navadip is half an hour different generally. Usually 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours difference, forwards or backwards from Greenwich Mean Time, Greenwich being a park in London, and close to where one of the temples were, which was in London, was very close to that Greenwich line, and you could walk from the temple and see the line which somebody painted. Obviously, it's not actually part of the nature of planet Earth. And anyway, usually it's single hour differences. So India has a half-hour difference, but more odd is that Nepal has a quarter of an hour difference. And that throws you off when you go from India to Nepal, if anybody ever goes from India to Nepal. If you're going to catch a bus, get on it 15 minutes early. Otherwise, your ticket may become invalid or invalid, whichever way around we want to pronounce it.
America is fairly close to rejecting the changing time altogether. But I think there's one state, Arizona perhaps, which has already done that. So they are alone in being different than the rest of the entire country. But Oregon is very close to, they've already passed the legislation, but they haven't yet enacted it. So we're looking forward to that.
I heard, but I don't follow everything, that Europe, actually, the EU, did resolve to cancel it before the COVID. Then COVID came and they gave it as an excuse not to do it, which seems a little strange. Anyway, that's the world that we live in. It's just one of the oddities on planet Earth. The great glory of planet Earth is the best of all planets because of Krishna's original Krishna and original Mahaprabhu's pastimes. And their topmost devotees coming to distribute that wealth of Mahaprabhu means we've got Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Gurudev. So this is best planet, best place to be. So we're happy to have some oddity in Kali Yuga. Okay, dear devotees. So I was going to ask Paramananda Prabhu, but he's moving around the Bangkok Srila Sridhar Govinda Seva Ashram, if I'm not mistaken. Did I get the name right? Ram Sundar. Yes, okay. Ram Sundar Prabhu is also there. And
Right?
they're in Bangkok, unless I'm completely in illusion, which I am. Well, I am completely in illusion, but I think that in my illusion, I am clear it's the Bangkok ashram.
Yes, Maharaj. We're back.
Okay, so you're back. You're back from holy places. Please share something with us. Give us some flavor. Well, I won't say where you've just been because you know where you've been and you can tell us better than I can.
I developed too much familiarity, Maharaj, with the holy places. But here's the young man. We haven't acquired that vice yet, so he's here. Let's ask him first.
Okay, young man, Ram Sundar Prabhu. First of all, tell us what's on your T-shirt. Is that a peacock? Oh, no.
Oh, no, tell them.
It's what?
This is your devotional eye, Maharaj. You see everything related to Krishna.
From his heart.
Let's just say it's a peacock.
Okay, we'll think it's a peacock. If it's half covered, it looks like a peacock. Now I'm not sure. Okay, Ram Sundar Prabhu, please give us a devotional eyes view of your adventures around holy places and seeing deities. You must have heard just now what Kumkum was reading. Kumkum Didi was reading about the deities.
Well, I mean, what can I say? This is my second time going to Jaipur with Keshavananda also both times. So, I mean, just following in his footsteps and his guidance around. But it's always, in line with that sloka she was saying that it's very joyful to be able to just walk to these places and then get darshan and knowing the backstories that we have some connection with that line that like Govindaji is Srila Rupa Goswami's deity and like we know something of the devotees that were worshiping these deities before, which makes it, even more, it gives more light and more meaning. It's not just like random, going to random temples and this and that. It has deep connections with our line. But I like personally going to there's a temple of Jayadev Goswami's deities, the Radha Madhava temple. And both times I've been there with Kesh, we chanted Shruta Kamala. And each time Kesh has gotten the garlands. So it's just, very sweet. And the pujari is always very happy because many people go and chant there. And then when Keshananda and these senior devotees chant, he's exceptionally happy. So.
Yeah.
Well, we also got to go to Karoli, where Madan Mohan is, of Srila Sanatana Goswami. And that whole day was pretty mystical, you could say. That day we got to, have darshan, and then we were sitting and all the residents were chanting their local songs. And then we walked out, and then we met the family of we met the small, very bright boy who is the son of the pujari, and they're all doing, there's the temple, Madan Mohan, and then one deity next, and then you go outside, there's many small altars, and he had his offering plate already, and he's just like, come, and then he goes and offers, and then the boga, then we walk to another one that he's also in charge of doing the puja there, and then his brother invited us for prasadam, so just very sweet day.
That was
Okay.
Krishna Priya.
Yes, here's Krishna Priya Devidasi. the co-star in the first topic that Kumkum gave us today, that photo, I hope you see it in a minute, the photo, your initiation day in Bangkok, and some words from Srila Gurudev on that day. I think you missed it. The devotees will have to share it with you in a moment. Yes, Krishna Priya Didi.
Yes, Dandavat Maharaj, Dandavat everyone. Just
So
arrived
you
safe.
were on pilgrimage. Please share a few things, a few treasures with us. We are hungry. We are hungry audience, a hungry audience.
Maharaj, this time is really, actually for me, it's quite impressed. Because more and more I taking mercy from Guru, mercy from devotee. This time when I went to India, everything looks so beautiful. It's like so much like faith in the air. When I go, it's like totally different. But one thing like I was feeling when I went to visit Madan Mohan temple with so many devotees that day, devotee of Krishna. I was like, everybody was waiting like eager, really like, you know, like, how do you say, their energy and their faith, Maharaj, is like, they never see that deity before in their life, something like that.
Even though they see him every day.
Yeah, even though they see him every day, but it's like, they're like this, Maharaj, like, okay, we waiting. And I was like, wow, it's very, very powerful of mercy. And somehow after they opened the curtain, I was look at the deity. The first thought I was feeling, I feel like he was so far, Maharaj, very far from us. It's like, you can't just like this, you know, grab just like that. I will feel, wow, my God, that's a feeling so far. If you're not like, I'm feeling immediately thinking about Gurudev. I say, how I can reach him without my Guru? How can I reach the Krishna without like mercy of my Guru? And I start like, oh my God, like I will keep doing service for my Guru, and then I can reach Mahaprabhu or Krishna. You can't just go and reach them like directly. That's how I feel in that day in Modan Mahan temple. It's so far away without your Guru mercy, your seva through your Guru. Then without that, you can't. You really cannot reach reach the deity or reach really Maharaj. Really, that day I was feel so much like that.
Jai, wonderful Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Sorry.
One more thing, last thing. You want to say something?
And also, but it's different, Maharaj. When we went to Govindaji temple, it's also a lot of devotee. And then we went, Mohan was helping me to go to more further, to close to the deity that I can see very close. And somehow when they opened the curtain, I see the Lord Krishna and Radharani. They're super sweet. And I feel so close to them. It's like, I don't know why, it's just totally different. I think it's the mercy of even the deity also reveal themselves in different places, how you feel and how you have to practice. But in Govindaji, I feel like they're so merciful. They're like kind of like, they will grab you like this. Like, okay, come to me. It's like my dear family, or like I give you mercy very close, something like that, Maharaj. It's just like totally different experience in Govindaji and Modan Mahan temple. That's how I feel.
Wow.
And we have heard how it's Govindaji who gave you some special grace many years ago to suddenly think, yes, oh, so Krishna is God, he's real. You got the mercy of the Pandas, and you got there the mercy again of the Lord through the Vaishnavas, through the Pandas, the Pujaris there.
Yes, Maharaj.
Jai Govinda Ji Ki Jai.
No, Maharaj, Govinda, Krishna Priya is known to be quite a Jnana Shunya Bhakta, which is really a big certificate. Govinda Maharaj once said something about her along these lines. But it's the sincerity. So what she just described about Madan Mohan, her feelings, and about Govindaji feelings are very consistent with the pranam mantras. If we study it carefully, then it will be very similar. Because Sambandha Gyan, it's a path. It's so long, it's so vast. When you just read about it, even that part in Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think, oh my goodness, will I ever make it there? I need some special mercy to get there. But then Govindaji is this manifestation of some special sweetness. And as mentioned, Preshtali Dik Sevya Manam Swarami. He is always in the company of the devotees who are serving him, intimate company of the devotees. He is welcoming, he is drawing people new to him, capturing people with his sweetness. There's also described how he attracts, being in the middle of the town, he attracts millions to him. Irresistibly, they're coming to him. And like Krishna Priya said, you see people who's been there all their life. They were born in that town. Since in the mother womb, they would go for darshans. And still, when they're in their 70s, 60s, and 80s, they're still so eager, like if they made a long journey. And finally, after all the years of waiting, they saw the deity in front of them. But that is the exemplary mood to follow. And something like that we observed in other places, of course, Govindaji and Natha, Dwar, Gopal, Madhavendra Puri. That's another place with such a mood. And so many wonderful things, yes, happening. There are many miracles happening every day on the pilgrimage. But due to our my excess familiarity, we fail to notice quite often what is going on. So we need Vaishnavas who will point something out. But then, I mean, this time there was a miracle. I think I told details about it to Latvian devotees. It was in Madan Mohan. And yes, after the darshan, there was a big enthusiastic group of the Kirtaniyas, local ladies and gentlemen. They're all sitting and singing their own songs dedicated to Krishna, about Krishna pastimes in their language. I don't understand a single thing, but they were so sweet and enthusiastic, and ladies would dance for the pleasure of the deity sometimes. And it wasn't in a mood of self-enjoyment. We can see it was the mood that everything was done for the satisfaction of the Lord. And it's right opposite his altar. He's having some bhog there. And then nobody wanted to leave.
Yeah, me too.
And I'm just standing and thinking. I started thinking because I'm kind of responsible for the management of everything. So I'm thinking, okay, we're in this town. Last time I was there was 1993. I don't remember a thing. And we have a hungry brahmachari, a very enthusiastic prashada sevi in the form of Keshavananda Prabhu, and Krishna Priya, maybe not so much. And myself, I kind of resolved. I thought, we're not in the land of rice, so maybe I can just have something. Not so important, but how are we going to feed everybody here? I have no clue what are the places here. And I'm thinking along those lines and looking at the devotees and looking around. And then suddenly this urge came to me that I needed to get out of there. I couldn't explain this urge. It was all nice. I started signaling them and they're like, no, we're staying. It's so much fun. I said, no, guys, we have to go. Just trust me. I don't know what it is. We have to leave now out of that area. And then they were hesitating, but finally I just walked out and Ramsundar followed me. Then they followed too. And then I turned around and I entered this little courtyard. I have no clue. There's this just door. Why would I go into that door? I mean, it's a temple. Then I'm just entering the door. I'm seeing some kids sorting out the flowers. And I'm looking at the kids. And kids started saying, no, house. This is house, not temple. Then suddenly I'm hearing this voice behind me, very sweet voice. My house. I turned around. I saw that young Pujari, 12 years old, but very small, but super bright. Tilak, all fully dressed up, holding the paraphernalia plate. Oh, he was just like an angel. Yeah. A beautiful, auspicious face. I was actually astonished. And then he said, please, you come. I will take you to my home. Then we're entering that little place. There's a courtyard, there's a dwelling. And the Bengali mother comes out, and she was very happy. And Keshavananda said a couple of words in Bengali that made her even more happy. Then the son says, let me take you to my father, who is also one of the Shiv Pujaris there. So finally, anyhow, we end up with the whole family. And when we met with them, immediately the father and the elder brother, they said, stay for prasadam. We have some Rajabhog from the deities. Please, you stay for prasadam, and we'll serve you prasadam. And then I realized, oh, goodness, I shouldn't have been thinking about it. Because that's one of the Krishna's natures. Like we hear that story about Sweet Rai, and we're definitely not on that level, but Krishna is on the same level. So he is eager to serve the devotees. That means among us, there was a sincere Vaishnava for whom Krishna have some affection. So Krishna wanted to supply what was necessary, what was needed. And in that case, it was prasadam. And of course, there's not something we want from Krishna. We don't want to be served, we want to serve him. But this is just one of his nature. This is one of his mysterious pastimes. So it's all manifested in such a sweet way. And again, that was a miracle. Truly is a miracle. I mean, and the temple was packed, as packed as Govindaji, to our surprise. Turned out to be, and I remember it to be a very quiet temple, but turned out to be, later we find out, it was a mela, some big local festival. So there were thousands of pilgrims. And the darshan was continuous, which usually ends between 5 to 12, and then it ends, and then starts 5 p.m. again till, 9. But this day it was practically continuous darshan with short intervals. So that's a miracle, a fresh one to add. And again, coming through the form, through Krishna in the form of the deity. So yes, like Guru Maharaj pointed out in a beautiful article, Krishna is there manifesting this form to give his devotees joy, to give them happiness. So these things we see all the time. And something else I wanted to say, we started with the butterfly. And I remember one verse, I'm not going to refer to anyone, but it's a nice verse that says, in order to get acquainted with the butterflies, you have to tolerate few caterpillars. And it's also very consistent with our practice of humility and tolerance and giving respect to everyone and to each other. Because really, we're on the stage, and when people see a caterpillar, they're like, "Ooh, disgusting." I mean, lots of people are scared of caterpillars. Seriously, like a lot. I know a lot in my immediate circle. You get a caterpillar, will run. But this caterpillar will become a beautiful butterfly. Give it the time. Those qualities will manifest. So that's another thing. I'm on the stage of a caterpillar. But maybe if I make it, and it's not every caterpillar makes it, maybe I will have these wings one day. And then all around us, they're quite in these different stages of caterpillar, the small one, the medium one, the big one. The bigger ones can be nastiest. Really, the massive caterpillars with all the horns sticking out. But if you think about it, that this creature will become this beautiful butterfly, then you will have to tolerate. So focusing on the good qualities, we have plenty of the bad ones on the surface, but inside, that's where we have to put our focus, the devotional qualities. So that's another thought that I had at the beginning of the conversation. So thank you to
Listening.
the listening, of course. Thank you for the butterfly logo.
Oh.
Or emoji. Maharaj. And of course, we've been watching all the happenings in Italy, the first festival of the installation of the deities. And when we see something like that, we're also remembering the beautiful pastimes of Narottam Das Thakur and his festival, Mahaprabhu's Gaur Purnima, where there was also an installation of the deities. And Vaishnavas would gather Gurudev, Guru Maharaj, their festivals. We hear about Saraswati Thakur's festival of installation of the deities. All of that. So Krishna decided on his own sweet will decided to manifest his wonderful form to give joy to the residents of Italy. Beautiful and wonderful gathering. And beautiful artwork behind Krishna and Radharani. Very nice. Skillfully done.
And I was giving a little more attention to that artwork during yesterday evening, the arati, and then afterwards. And I was looking just to see, in my kind of mischievous way, I was looking to see whether the monkey had a mobile phone in his hand or spectacles.
Maybe for your satisfaction, Maharaj, we should put a spectacle at least. One hand, a spectacle, in other hand, mango fruity.
Aha. And once in Vrindavan, really, I saw a tree, and it's that tree that they say that Krishna jumped off. Oh, anyway, I can't remember, but anyway, it's not a confirmed tree. It's just near our temple when you go down to, if you go down to Imlitala and then turn right, so you're going towards Keshigat. In that tree, there were various monkeys, and amongst the monkeys, one had a hat, one had spectacles, one had mobile phone. They had like the variety of the things that they steal off people. And they're all there, like hoping for something in return. It was
a
interesting.
Thieves' market, Maharaj.
The thieves' market, yeah, Chor Bazaar.
Chor Bazaar, yeah.
And don't think there is not thieves' market. There is a market in Calcutta, which all the locals call Chor Bazaar, and where one of our devotees, he got an expensive camera stolen, and then he's trying to find out in Calcutta through the network of thieves, where can it be? And he found it. He found his own camera. He tried to buy it back in that Chor Bazaar, thieves' bazaar. Amazing. Okay, dear devotees, now about the deities and prasadam. I have to say that this reminded me of also when we were with Keshavananda Prabhu and we went to Muktinath, and it was the day before Srila Gurudev's disappearance day a few years ago. And we didn't really know how we're going to celebrate that day, but we've come all the way up there and we're thinking, not really, not yet anything solidified. And that's where we also came to the deity of Muktinath. And then completely out of the blue, then the devotees there, they were very kind of happy to see us because we'd walked all the way for several days to get there through the mountains, over the passes and everything, as they used to do. And anyhow, Keshavananda Prabhu was with us also. And then the deity of Narayan, through the devotees, invited that, oh, tomorrow you take prasadam. We please come, take prasadam. And they arrange for us prasadam. And that day means that next day, which was Srila Gurudev's disappearance day, we were able to happily be there and be like celebrating Gurudev's appearance day with prasadam of the deity. So I think this Keshavananda Prabhu is a good person to be associated with when we go to the deities. Hare Krishna. And here in Vilagovinda Ashram, just as we touched on that, then the festival really does continue, and we've got more devotees coming. Yesterday also, Gopal, Hari Gopal from Latvia, he arrived, and he arrived too, because in communication, he came to Lecco to join the Harinam Sankirtan that we had in Lecco yesterday. And Lecco means Lake Como. People seem to have heard of Lake Como because of George Clooney or something. He's got his home there. And anyhow, we went to Lecco, and really wonderful response from the people. So many happy faces. Practically in living terms, the first day of spring here, it was a beautiful day, and not really a day for jackets, but a day for, lighter clothing. And we had, I don't know how many, but a good number on Sankirtan, and they distributed hundreds of flyers and hundreds of smiling faces. Really an experience. And we had good dancers, by the way. We don't always have dancers, but we had, with our various visitors from around the world, devotee visitors, we had very enthusiastic dancers. And that really turns people's minds as well. And we had two mridangas, Abhinavasundar Prabhu and Rituraj Prabhu. So Australian genes and South American genes and two mridangas together. And then we had a lively kirtan. So, and the festival goes on. We've got more devotees coming. And of course, this is joining now into the build-up for Gaura Purnima, which is just a moment away. Jai, and Sripad Dandimar joined us quietly. He joined us, and I see he turned on the video. So here he is. Maharaj, our Dandavat to you, and our Dandavat to all of the devotees. And various devotees joined us in the meantime. And Gaurav, Hare Krishna, Lin, Muktinath, and Ganga Leela Devi, to mention but a few. And I think Rupa Nuga Prabhu and Leela Moy Prabhu, they've been with us from the beginning, and Seva Rupa Devi Dasi too. Hare Krishna. And Priya Nana, oh, the butterfly is gone. Oh no, Priya Sundari has the butterfly. Yes, Priya Sundari and Dayal Nitai Prabhu have the butterfly. And Priya Nana has a flower. There we are. And sorry, I just have me. I'll have to find something like a flower or a butterfly. Maharaj, but we must consider that, in fact, almost certainly, some of the temples have started their parikramas in the whole Navadip area. Perhaps you'd like to give a little devotional news report from Antadweep, the center of the 8-petal lotus of Navadip Dham, of which you are all familiar with, I hope, because I hope that you're reading, that the devotees are reading Navadip Dham Mahatmya. And this is the time, not just to wait for Gaura Purnima, but this time to go through Navadip Dham Mahatmya. If you get to the end, go back to the beginning, because it really is the time to be Navadip centered very much. And you'll see there, from the beginning of the book, the glories of Navadip Dham are extreme, beyond extreme. Maharaj, over to you, kindly.
And I told the devotees, 2 days ago, we visited with devotees some not so famous places in Navadip Dham. And one place is Murari Gupta's Shipat. It's close to Shri Chaitanya Math of Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur. And second one is Holy Shridhar Angan. So I was happy to see that Shridhar Angan is now rebuilt a little and repainted by ISKCON devotees. Maybe ISKCON devotees repaint this. It's now looks very nice. It's a very small shipat. It's shipat means a little something like little house decoration very nicely. It was painting about Koveshthar Lila, about bananas Lila here inside. So it's a very beautiful place with Kuleshwar was living deep in the jungle. Those time was deep jungle, deep in forest. So and was so many banana flowers, banana palms around. So they say that maybe same bananas trees, maybe same banana palms from Kuleshwar picked up bananas from maybe same trees are still here. It's yes, really, it's very ancient trees around, but maybe we don't know. So and by occasionally I had some inspiration inside to speak about glory of Kuleshwar. I started glorify Kuleshwar and was wonderfully. It was wonderful personality. He was living as poor Brahman in Krishna Lila. Kuleshwar had some swarupa of Krishna's companion. So he was boyfriend of Krishna himself. But in Gaura Lila, he appeared as a very poor Brahman. And Mahaprabhu visited Kuleshwar so many times. We can read it in Chaitanya Bhagavata. So many times, and once Mahaprabhu asked Kuleshwar, so why are you so poor? You are a devotee of Krishna. You're a devotee of Krishna, and even your clothes have so many holes. So look at yourself. What you wear? Your clothes so many holes. You eat some simple rice, and so how are you living? Why are you so poor? You are devotee of Krishna. Why your Lord doesn't care about you? And so Nimai Pandit was joking, jokingly say Kuleshwar, and what Kuleshwar answered, and his answer was very deep. So answer was, I do not care about myself. All that I have, I have inside. My treasure is my Lord. So I offer my Lord Ganga water. I offer my Lord these bananas, and so I worship Vaishnavas, and I am satisfied completely. But because I don't care about myself. So and Nimai Pandit, hearing this, he was very satisfied with Kuleshwar. He was singing his glory. And once it was on the roof, on the house of Shridhar Pandit, Kuleshwar, and big pumpkin was growing, big, and Mahaprabhu came to his house, and immediately he asked to boil his pumpkin with milk, and he and Kuleshwar enjoyingly testify this prasadam, pumpkin prasadam. So Mahaprabhu remembered his test. And then after some years, when Mahaprabhu was leaving Navadvip to take sannyas, then again Shridhar Pandit brought his pumpkin, this pumpkin, and Mahaprabhu immediately told Shachi Mata to cook this pumpkin with milk. And this last night Mahaprabhu was tasting this very special pumpkin. But so we discussed with devotees. Mahaprabhu was very fond of bananas from Shridhar Pandit, and then we thinking like for example, Krishna was stealing butter from gopis and Brajas house. He was stealing this butter, and this was there is one commentary of maybe Srila Vishnu Chakravarti Thakur. Then actually Krishna has not interest in just battle, but he stealing the feelings of devotion of citizens of Raja. That was interest of Krishna. So also same way Mahaprabhu was stealing bananas from Kulveshridhar. He said Kulvesha, give me the bananas because I will not pay. And Kulveshridhar said, of course, you can take as much as you want, but you are so beautiful. You're so so how can I reject? Of course, took as much as many bananas as you want. And again and again, Mahaprabhu came to Kulveshridhar and was stealing his bananas. So it was so much devotion from Kulveshridhar. Kola Vecha means trader, bananas trader. He was like nickname of Shridhar Pandit. It was not his name, family name, but it was like nickname Kola Vecha. He was banana trader. And by selling these bananas, actually Shridhar Pandit obtained so much mercy, so much Mahaprabhu mercy. It was one of most dearest companion of Mahaprabhu. And after Chandkaji was defeated and Chandkaji was converted into Mahaprabhu's line, then Mahaprabhu with devotees came to Shridhar Pandit's house, and Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, Shridhar, I know actually why are you poor. Actually, you some way you keep great treasure. Some way you keep from me, but you cannot cheat me." Then Shridhar Pandit said, "Oh, come to my house. Come, please see. I have nothing." And Mahaprabhu took one old pot, and he said, "That is your treasure." And he started drinking this water. Kulveshridhar was thinking, "Oh my God, what is this?" And he was drinking and enjoying this beautiful devotion in Shridhar Pandit house. And devotees starting great kirtan in this house. So it's a beautiful place, a beautiful Gaura Lila. So, and also Murari Gupta Shripat is also very beautiful. And now it's very new. He painted and it's looked very nice. Then some Sitarama deities inside this temple, because Murari Gupta was Hanuman in Gaura Lila. And we were sitting and discuss qualities of Murari Gupta. Then actually in Chaitanya Bhagavata, full chapter, 20 chapter of Madhya Lila is devoted to Murari Gupta, Murari Gupta's glory. So we discussed this glory of Vaishnavas. It was a beautiful day. By mercy of our masters, of beautiful Lord, we have a very beautiful life. It's nothing compared with this. To visit these devotees, these holy places, and discuss these beautiful pastimes, and honoring prasadam also in this place. It's nothing compared with this. I was thinking how much merciful our Gurus. They absolutely for free gave us so much beautiful with pearls and visuals. How much mercy our masters, how much merciful Lord for us. For this, even this time Kali Yuga, it's very bad time from many points of view. It's very bad time. But still, in this Kali Yuga, so much mercy also distant from above world. So much mercy. So it is so divine arrangement, and we are so happy. We are so fortunate to take part in it. So, so the devotees were, I think, devotees were very inspired. So
Right.
to follow spiritual line.
Hare Krishna, and this is why we go to holy places, so that we can remember the pastimes of the devotees and of the Lord, so that we can get some inspiration to continue to make our journey home successful, and seeing the nature of so many of the devotees who, not pandits, not this, not wealthy, but wealthy in the heart with devotion. And there are another thing in regard to Murari, in Kolavecha Sridhar that comes to mind is that there's also a description, and I'm not sure if it's Chaitanya Bhagavat or Chaitanya Charitamrita, because they both there we get descriptions, glorifications of Kolavecha Sridhar in both places. But there is also a description that Mahaprabhu, he's like snatching and taking goods or bargaining to a very low price and then not paying to Kolavecha Sridhar. And when then Kolavecha Sridhar sees him coming, sees Mahaprabhu coming, and Mahaprabhu starts sort of debating and taking his fruits and whatever else may be there, maybe some plates, I do not know, but taking his product, which is the banana tree product. And then Sridhar says to him, please, you go to another shop. Other people are selling these things. Please don't keep coming to me and taking mine. And then Mahaprabhu said, no, no, no. I will always come to you, Sridhar. Oh, yes, I will always come to you. Don't worry. I'm not going to be unfaithful as a customer. I'm a faithful customer. And then Sridhar, but please, I'm asking you, go to another shop and take. So this way that he's coming, the Lord is coming to his devotees to have that personal interaction. Anyway, wonderful things. Many thanks. And Dana has joined us. Dana K, don't forget, America has changed its time zone and we're running on Navadip time. So actually we're just coming to the end of our back to basics classes. Back to basics, something, we need to have something else for the C. Discussions, interaction, beginning with C, like a crossword, isn't it? What else can we have? Or no, not monopoly, that's a different thing. Like a crossword, we need another word for the BBBC, because it started off, I think, as back to basic classes, but it's back to basics. Interaction. So we'll meditate on that. Anyway, Dana, good to have you with us. And so dear devotees, and Gangalila sending a little collective, very good, Gangalila, the instant thinking. You're good at crosswords, aren't you? Okay, I didn't mention how many letters it had to be, just a word. Okay, so back to basics collective. Yes. All right. So, dear devotees, sincere seekers, here on Zoom and on Facebook and seeing the recorded version, we're very joyful to be with you. And as Kumkum Didi earlier said, that if you just joining at the end and you want to see everything, the recorded versions are there. And she pointed out about the Arati and the program here in Vila Govinda for the first anniversary of the installation of the deities. It's something we can revisit if we haven't visited already, if we weren't there when it was live. Then we can also revisit these occasions and happily have association of each other, continuing on and on. And of course, we can happily revisit and always visit Srila Gurudev, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada's wonderful talks, etc., both in the audio, the video, the written word, their direct compositions. And this is all available to us. This is our super wealth in this age. Jai to our wonderful guardians, Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rokho, Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj ki Jai, and Srila Prabhupada, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai, and Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur ki Jai. Excuse me, Jai Shri Rupanuga Guru Bhaga ki Jai, all the present day Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Acharya Brinda ki Jai, all the assembled devotees ki Jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Brinda ki Jai, and of course including Kumkum Devi Rasi and Paramananda Prabhu Krishna Priya, all our sharers today in our collective, and we appreciate everyone's presence. Oh, look, Radha Sundari is joining just at this last moment. Radha Sundari is coming to join with us. But she's in Navadip. No time change there. We'll just acknowledge her. Welcome, Radha Sundari Didi, but we've just given our jais at the end of the program. But we're very happy to have a touch of Mayapur and Tadeep through your presence also. So happily with you. Our Dandavat Pranam to each and every one of you present and in the recorded version. Vancha Kaupatarubhyascha, Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo, Namo Namaha.
Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Who's what? Muktinath, Muktinath Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Hare Krishna. Jai Nitai. And Pavan Prabhu is back also? Or still in?
Pavan Prabhu here in Bangkok, yes.
All right. Okay. Our obeisances to him too, and remembrance, of course.
Dandavat.
Dandavat. Jai Nitai. Okay. Ami Aschi. I am coming. Hare Krishna. And Leela Moy Prabhu looking after us all. Jai, Jai, Jai. Dandavat.